y'all. Welcome to Sexy Sundays. It's your girl here.
Hey,
And we got Miss Those things because she know everything. Juicy, 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 juicy,
there you
juice, like
go.
I like to call her. All
But there
right,
you
so we
go with
starting
the,
this show
the
up.
there you go with the juicy juice and all of that good stuff. Um,
Right.
so today's a special day today.
Is it?
Yes, it is
What day
your
is that?
born day. Today is your birthday. It's your
Oh,
birthday.
oh,
It's your
it's my
birthday.
birthday.
It's your
It's my
birthday.
birthday.
It's your
It's my
birthday.
birthday.
Yes. So
Ooh, I love it.
I'm
I love
about
it.
to
I love it.
share. I'm about to share and put my phone on. What's that thing I be putting my phone on? Oh, turning the volume down.
Turn the volume down.
Yeah,
Okay. Keep
I'm
it
gonna turn the
quiet.
volume
Keep it
down
quiet.
and keep it quiet. Oh shoot! Oh no, you still up? You still up? You still up? Wait, no, I be touching stuff. See, this is what happens. I be touching stuff. I'm gonna turn the volume down and keep it on the side. So what's up? Tell everybody who we are today.
All right. So this is Sexy Sundays, and we had some deep conversations happening towards the end of our last segment, right? And so we usually play around a lot. Today we're gonna play around a little bit, but we're gonna get a little serious with you guys, because it came up a lot in the last segment. We talked about how trauma, right? Whatever trauma that is for you, and whatever that it could be, because it doesn't even have to be sexual trauma. It could be any kind of trauma, but it affects your how it affects your relationships, and kind of like how it shows up in your relationships, and how can we acknowledge some of those things, and I don't know, like work on some of those things, because it just seemed like we got all this trauma and we bring it right into our relationship, then we like wondering why it's not working. And so, we just want to talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, a little something, 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 something.
Well, today I actually don't want to talk as coach knows things. I don't really want to talk about it under as the sexuality coach.
Okay.
Even though a little bit can, I want to talk about it as girlfriends who are going through the process of healing because I feel that's more intimate. That's number one. Number two, I feel like a lot of people will understand more when you have, yes, I am a sexuality coach. Yes, do work with people who have sexual trauma. I actually have had sexual trauma and dealing with that. So that's why I want to talk about it on that way, on what
Okay.
I've gone through and, what steps help me to get through it and to continue to get through it. So I want to do it like that if you don't mind.
So we not gonna have the sexologists. We not gonna have the experts in the house. Are we
Yeah, she's
gonna
still here.
we
I know
gonna
she'll
do
probably
the
pop
Dr.
up.
Z? Okay.
No, she gonna pop up. She gonna
Okay,
definitely
she'll
pop
pop
up
up
because
and she's gonna come in and out.
she
So
gonna
wait,
come
so
in and
how
out.
do you feel, like what are some of the general things or that you feel that you can speak for personal experience or you cannot, but how do you think that they show up in relationships or even in your sex relationship, right?
Okay, for me, I was molested from young until a teenager, and it caused a lot of different things. For me personally, when you are sexually molested, you either extra promiscuous or sex doesn't even exist in your life at all, nothing or anything. There are some people who can have the happy balance,
Okay.
and for me, I was any guy that I talked to, sex was the way it worked. Sex is the way it worked. Sex is the way it worked. It wasn't anything on, oh, he really likes me for me. It was, oh, I always use sex as a way of coping
Right.
with it. I've gone to counseling. I can say getting healing older to me was better than going to counseling when I was younger. I didn't get it back then. I was like, yeah, y'all have me in counseling. Okay, yeah, I'm going. I'm sitting there talking to somebody and this and this and that. But older me, late 30s, 40s, going to a counselor has helped me more. Sexual relationships, I can shut down. I can feel like it's too much pressure. I could feel not setting boundaries, just doing whatever, allowing somebody to do whatever, because I didn't know about boundaries back then. So I continued to have that life that way. Now, if I was going to a sexuality coach, I would like to find out, okay, how can I continue to help to heal this?
Mhm.
Because I want to be able to have an amazing sex life. I want to be able to connect with my partner. I want to be able to not have the fear of, oh my, because that has happened to me in the midst of being intimate with my partner years ago. I would have anxiety attacks
Right.
and panic attacks. And the person wasn't doing anything to me. We were just in the midst, and it was really, really crazy. So,
Well,
yeah,
thank you for sharing.
of course.
I
Because
think
I
that's
know a
like
lot of people is
super.
not easy.
I
For a
think
lot of
that's
people, it's
super
not easy.
powerful. Yeah, I think that's super powerful that you shared that. I would have to say my experience. I did have some bad sexual experiences growing up, but I feel like mine was the opposite. Like I stayed away from it. It was just like, okay, no, I'm gonna stay away from this thing, right? And so for me, I stayed away from it. Like for a long time, it was very, very late in life that I lost my virginity. So I joined the sex world very, very late. And when I say virginity, I mean virginity because it's something that I wanted to do, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so for me, I just didn't like, I went through a lot of different, it showed up a lot of ways because the first way that it showed up is that I thought sex was painful, right? And because I
Mm-hmm.
had that first experience and that was what it was always in my mind that this is going to be painful, right? Um, and then I got fibroids and wasn't diagnosed for about 7 years or something like that. I may be wrong on the years, but I lived with them for a very long time. And so now with the trauma of what I went through and me thinking that it's pain and then it's actually pain, I'm like bugging out, right? And so it was a long time before I could kind of understand that dynamic. And so then I was like, I'm a lesbian and I like women and that's who I am. And you gotta accept me, mommy. I'm a lesbian, right? And it's just like I'm like, if this doesn't work, this has to be wrong, right? Like it's
Right, right.
wrong. If every time it's painful, and people uh get frustrated. I dated someone for 5 years with no sex. Great relationship, great connection, no sex, right? Penetration, right? And so it was difficult because after a while that story is over. Nobody wants to hear that story. They're ready to get it in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't able to do it. So it made me feel less than a woman, right? Um, I just felt less than. And even when I went to the gynecologist, I went to a gynecologist. I'm not gonna say her nationality, but she wasn't my nationality. And she wasn't mine, but there's a bunch of nationalities.
Right.
She was very cold hearted, and
Mm.
she was like, she told me that I would never have children, and I felt like she cursed me because I still don't have any.
Oh my
But
goodness.
because I
Oh
was
man.
so jumpy in during the, I didn't even go through with the exam, and so I feel like it shows up a lot of ways in your life, but I feel like it doesn't even. It's not only sexual, right? It's not only
True.
sexual. I feel like other traumas can that happen to you can affect your relationship. And the like when you go, I hate to go back. Don't you hate to go back? Like that happened already. I don't want to talk about that. Who
But you want to know
wants
something?
that stuff?
I know it is a hard thing to go back. And I want to just touch on something. I used to work in OBGYN a long
Okay.
time ago. And one thing I did learn that some female GYN, some women GYN doctors were very harsh. I found that the men were a little bit more understanding, which is kind of weird because as a woman, you would think that, and it did. It
And
really did
different
depend.
cultures are.
And I was
Different
about to say
cultures
that too.
are.
It
That's why
depended
I
the
say because I
nationality.
don't think it's a race thing. I think it's a culture thing, right? So this is
Yeah.
how I talk in my culture, but I don't understand that language. You got to be nice to me. Okay?
Right.
I can't
And
take
I
it.
learned I had and different cultures have to see specific doctors. Like they cannot go outside of their culture to see a doctor. It either and sometimes it can't even be a male doctor. It has to be a female doctor in that culture. I seen it. I worked in it and it was a plethora. And I did notice a lot of times certain women doctors were a lot harsher. And I'd be like, but why? Well, they should know, da 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 da, because I had an experience. And it was like, I end up having get from being on the off the Ever patch, I end up getting blood clots in my leg.
Wow.
And it was like, oh, you should know better. And da 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 da. I said, how am I supposed to know better? I said, I've never had blood clots before. I knew it was an issue when I went to put on my scrubs and I nearly jumped out my scrubs. It was like, why is my leg burning and on fire? And but that particular doctor was like, you need to be seen right now
And
in the ER.
it goes back to like, and to me it's just like sex and sexuality and things that happen with our privates were such, even back in the day, they were such like, oh, you don't talk about it, but if you don't talk about it you
Right.
don't know, right? And so like when if that's passed down through generations, and we talk about that all the time, like where are you learning this stuff from? Nobody has a video on that. We learn sex from porn, right? Which is bad. We talked about that, right? But now, where do
Mm-hmm.
you learn about these experiences that you're having with your body, especially if your parents shy away from talking about sex? It may not necessarily be like, I don't care about her. That's just not a topic they're comfortable discussing. And they may not fully understand it, right? Because did they really learn it, or like they just have their theories on like kind of what they learned? So
Right.
I definitely think that there needs to be more conversations about what happens when you go have a pap smear. Would have been a great conversation to have with me before you pull out two clamps and I'm sitting on the table, right?
And it's and one of those things is having that conversation. And my thing is, if you're seeing a new patient, right? If you're seeing a new patient who's never had a pap smear before, who's never, had to go to a GYN doctor, because they usually don't recommend you go to a GYN doctor until after you start having sex. So if you're not having sex, what's the purpose of you going to a GYN doctor in their mind? And you meet your doctor and you're like, I've never had this before. Explaining to that patient is so important, because if I was if I happen to be your OBGYN doctor, no, we're going to have a conversation. I'm not going to sit back and just
Right.
have
But
it.
then
We're not going to do that.
you gotta jump into the fact that I lost my virginity late, right? So they're seeing a grown woman walk, because I'm a woman. I've already finished college, and I'm to them, I'm a woman. So they're not, their idea of when people have sex is also another thing. I went to a doctor and I wasn't having sex, and he was like, I had the issues with the it was that, I think, the beginning of the fibroids, right? And so uh he was like, I was like, I really want to figure out what's going on. I feel something. I don't know what, but I feel something, right? And we know it's true because years later I
Mm-hmm.
had that big surgery, right? So I was saying to him, I'm like, I feel something. And he's like, we're going to check you for STDs. I'm like, I don't need you to do that because I know I'm not doing nothing. Right?
Right.
I need you to give me an x-ray of what's going on in here. And he's like, what we going to do is give you a STD test or whatever. And that's exactly what he did, because it came in the charge. And at that time, I was on Medicaid, right? That's when you don't,
Mm,
you're not doing that good or whatever, and you have they give you the Medicaid card or whatever, so they don't respect you anyway, even though they're charging you a bunch of money. They don't respect you. So I
right.
had so yeah, he gave me the 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 STD test, and never tested for what I asked for. So I found out later on in life I had that. So with us, especially Black women, it's so hard when you're trying to go somewhere and tell somebody something. Cause I feel like sometimes people don't get us. Like I feel
They
like
don't.
they saw a
And it's a
Black
study that
woman
shows that. There's
and
studies that show that.
they saw a Black woman that was pretty and cute and dressed nice or whatever, and it was like, is this girl is having sex, and I could tell you 10 times over I'm not doing it, but you're gonna believe because whatever you see when you see me is what
Hmm.
so that's kind of like my experience. And
See,
baby,
that's the part that's so frustrating because they talk about that now a lot. The last couple of years, they talk about doctors push us as Black women when we say we're in pain. They like, no, you're not. When we're suffering from postpartum, it's like, yeah, 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 whatever. After giving birth, you're going through something, and it's just like brushed off, brushed off. Is it Serena that has her daughter, that's married and has a daughter? Other Williams says, is this Serena or Venus? I think it's Serena. Serena's the one that has the daughter
okay,
with the billionaire, if I'm not
yes,
mistaken.
yes, it's
Okay,
Serena.
so in her story, I can't remember which magazine she was in. She was talking about how she was having issues after she gave birth to her daughter, and they weren't trying to listen to her. She was losing a lot of blood, and they were not trying to hear anything that she had to say. And it's like, so are we supposed to die in your care for you to realize that something is wrong?
Right.
If I'm telling you I'm in pain, and I definitely have noticed the difference, especially being here where I am in North Carolina with doctors. There's certain doctors that actually care, and then other ones that's just like, whatever. And
And so
it's
that's
just
what
like, okay.
you have to vet your doctors. I mean, and you really have to vet and like, if somebody is doing you, my current gynecologist is amazing. It's a man. Yes, it is. And he's amazing. And
Mhm.
he did my surgery. And honestly, the only person I trust. And only person I trust with my goods. And the reason I say that is because it took so long to get that, right? So I don't care where you are. I got to take 2 trains, 3 trains, 4 trains. I'm there. Because at the end of the day, you want to be comfortable, right?
Right.
But I think trauma shows up, back to the topic. I think trauma shows up in different ways. And I was thinking about it, today, because today's my birthday. And so
Hey, happy
I got a little
birthday
treat
again.
today, and it took so basically this is what I want to say it without saying it, but I'm gonna say it. So basically, when I was younger, my dad he it was Thanksgiving, and he took me to McDonald's, and I don't like turkey, and so I didn't live with my dad. I didn't really see him that much, but he ended up calling me on Thanksgiving, and I told him how I hated turkey, and I was like, I hate turkey, right? So I'm like, I hate turkey. So he's like, I'm gonna take you to McDonald's, right? So I'm like, all right, cool.
Ooh.
So we get to McDonald's, and I'm like, I'm gonna give me a number 2, right? So I get to McDonald's, and I get the number 2, right? And he's like, give me a Big Mac, right? And he gives me $20, and I'm so excited because I'm like with my dad, and we're at McDonald's, and we're like, fuck
And it's
turkey, we hate
Thanksgiving.
turkey, or whatever, right? So I'm chilling, and I get the tray, and I'm walking back over to my dad, and he's like, I'm a little girl, so I got the tray and the sodas, everything, because he's just sitting there and waiting for me to bring it to him, which is fine. I'm enjoying it. And he's like, give me more change. Okay. We ordered 2 meals, right? And you gave me $20. And I'm like such an honest person. Okay. I'm not trying to steal nothing from nobody. Okay. When I grew up, if somebody lied, they would say, ask Zai. She gonna tell the truth. Zai don't lie. That's what we do. Zai don't lie. So he yelled at me and told me to give him his change. And I did give him his change and I sat in silence. The whole thing was like ruined because I'm your daughter. Like, what could it,
Why would
I
I
didn't
take?
remember how much change could have been, right? And so I feel like that trauma causes me to not allow others to do anything for me. So like you can't show up for me because I'm always gonna have my shit together. Because he taught me that in that moment that, that whatever change was worth more than his relationship with his daughter. So for me, I feel like that shows up for me because like that's not every person. So it's kind of like I'm reliving the whole like McDonald's thing over and over again. You know what I'm saying? And so I gotta let
So
that shit
with
go
you
because
have
it's
to let
not
it go
fair
to
to
everybody.
make, huh?
It's not fair to, I'm not going to say everybody. It's not fair to someone that you're dating. It's not fair to your friends. It's not fair to, and I say friends as a loose term because not everybody is your friend. It shows up. It shows up in situations that you wouldn't think about. It shows up. And it causes a lot of issues that you probably don't realize that it causes because how is somebody, because when somebody goes to do something for you or you want something, and a lot of times you won't express it. You'll just be like, you'll say, you won't say, and I know this because we have plenty of conversations, you will never say, I want sunflowers. You will never say, I want sunflowers. I would love for somebody to buy me
I
sunflowers,
didn't say I
right?
wanted sunflowers. No, 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 no. You
No,
didn't say
no,
this.
no, 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 no. I'm just
You're not
saying.
gonna just
I
project
said
that.
I was using that as
I
an example.
never.
I was using that.
Okay, she's using it as an
Right.
example, but I'm going to let you guys know. Okay,
Wait, let me
like
finish though. Let
go
me say.
ahead.
So you will never say, I want sunflowers, right? Or you will be a person that, and I know because I'm kind of like a little bit of that person also. I will never be like, well, I want to spend the whole weekend with you and I want to do this. I'm not that person, really, very rarely. So it'll just happen to be conversation, and it'll be like, yeah, so we're talking, what's your favorite flower? A sunflower. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite flower also. And it's like, cool. And then all of a sudden, somebody who's actually listening to you gets you those flowers because you never said you wanted them, but they pay attention. And you like that. You like for people to pay
Those
attention
things I
to your
do pay
words.
attention, so I do appreciate the flowers. I was
I
literally
wasn't even using
crying.
that as that.
I was crying. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm a big baby. I was crying, and that was like really emotional for me because I didn't expect it. And then it's actually my favorite fucking flower, which nobody fucking ever pays attention to because whack ass people want to like the same shit. Everybody likes roses. Everybody likes the same fucking bullshit. But I love sunflowers, and I appreciated
I too.
sunflowers. So see, you can heal too, people. I accepted the flowers. And this is what this is about. This is about healing and not being the fucking little girl at McDonald's that dad is a fucking psycho with $5 of change that I didn't even fucking want because
So
it's crazy.
how did it come up into you today though? With today being your birthday, what has happened for you to trigger that memory?
I spoke to my dad. I spoke to my dad and I let some of that anger go because me and my dad are like 2 days or 3 days apart. Three, third, fourth, like 3 days apart. Yeah. Me and my dad are
Okay.
3 days apart, and my mother is 7 days apart. So we're all Aries. It would have never worked for us all to live in the same house because we're all Rams, so we would have killed each other. So, but I'm glad they created me. Glad I'm here.
You
I'm
got
happy
you.
I'm here. I'm happy I'm here. Yep. So I
That's
spoke to
dope
him
though.
and I just realized that my dad is just that way. He is just that nigga. That is who he is. But right, I love him. This nigga asked me, sorry, I can't say this. I shouldn't be saying this on the show. We gotta bleep these out. Cause I'm sorry. He asked me to buy him diamond earrings. What? And I was just like, he's like, you get enough money. I want some diamond earrings. Send them over here. But can't do nothing for nobody. But I love him. He's just that, like, with money, if you're not the lady that he's sleeping with, he don't care. Like, he's not spending no money on you. Period. Facts.
Mm.
That's just him. And my dad made a whole lot of money, okay? A whole lot. He was balling. Not balling, but he was doing right for
So,
back in the days. He was good.
but see, that goes that there's something going on with him with the trauma with that he needs to heal, because as your child, you want to make sure every birthday, every holiday, even if you per se don't celebrate it, but your children have celebrated, it don't matter how old you are, you still want to make sure, because believe it or not, that is a form of trauma.
But my dad is not gonna celebrate anything but a funeral. That's it. That's what he's gonna celebrate, and that's sad. And I wish my family was different. But all I can do is back to the topic. I could heal
It's just
and
your
not be
trauma.
like that because that's some craziness. Like I'm not gonna live like that. Period. You know what I
Right.
mean? I ain't doing
Right.
it. Cause he's like, I remember my brother died, right? And he was at my house and he was like, my son gone. And I'm please everybody understand that I fucking make fun of everything because that's how I deal with my pain. Cause I'm about to be sad for the rest of my life. Everything is a fucking joke. Okay. He's
Everything
like
is
over
really a
there.
joke.
My son is gone. Have you reached out to your son other than this funeral date? Right. So how can you be mad? Like how could I don't understand how
Mm,
people do that. That's crazy to me. Like how do you cry? You haven't said hello. You haven't reached out. You haven't checked on nobody or whatever. So you want to cry and roll down the daggone get in the casket. Okay? You get in the casket, but you couldn't pick up the phone and call me. Like, what is that about? It's crazy. He's crazy. He's loco. But I love my dad because he got the same trauma.
everybody, but you
Man,
know
don't worry
what?
about it. We talk about
Also,
everything.
he's a man. He's a man. They deal with issues and trauma differently than we do. And it's not making excuses for it, but you got to think about it.
I think that men are just as
Men,
emotional as women.
I didn't say they not. Oh, they definitely are. They definitely are. But we're faster to go get healing than they are. Because you got to think about it, in our community, that it's not until the last few years that they really started talking about mental health in our community. When you really think about it, seeking help for traumas that have happened to you, it wasn't. It's like that's not. You don't go out and tell anybody. What state goes on in our house stays in our house. Those things. Those have happened. That's how our culture is. It wasn't. Something happened. Let's go seek help to make it better. It's like, nope, whatever happens in this house stays in this house. And as you get older and you start to see things and you're like, wait, is that really normal? Am I supposed to feel like that? Am I not supposed to feel like that? And then you start to see, you'll
You know how
start
I know
meeting
I
different
wasn't
people.
normal when I started meeting other normal people, and I ain't know like
Wait, what does that mean?
because I thought I was normal. Like I really thought like my life was like until like I got to college and it was like different kind of black people there. Cause like, I grew up around a certain type of black people. So when I went to college, it was different black people from like different cultures and stuff. And I was like, oh, this is how y'all do it. Like I was happy because I went I was like, I got my name chain, I got my bamboo earrings. You can't tell me shit. And then like shorty driving in a BMW. I'm like, where they do that at? Like, I didn't have any exposure. You couldn't tell me I wasn't doing something with my little name brand jeans and my sneakers. I was lit until I seen like other people live different, right? And then like that's financial, but like also too like mental, like the things that they do, how they get together with their family, how they communicate with one another. So like I feel like you get raised in that, and the only way you could change that is by changing it. Just like with, for instance, I was telling my friend had told me about this stock, right? This was like when I first started, like with like putting stocks in a little Robinhood account or whatever. And like I was so excited because he told me to buy the stock. It was like $20. So I'm like, okay, I bought the stock for $20. Shit went up to like $80. So I'm like excited, right? Or whatever. It was going like as it was going up, I'm telling my family or whatever, right? They did not even bite. So it's like the culture
Mm.
is like I live over here, you live over there. This is my shit, that's your shit. We don't share shit, we don't build shit together. So that's also like a form of like trauma because like if you got this mentality, like if you look at my friend is Chinese, right? One of my good friends. And he said that his family all give to like I don't know, they all have like a certain kind of allowance based on how much they make, right? I think that's how he explained it. Like, cause I don't want to get nobody's culture wrong, but they all have an allowance to pay according to how much they make,
Oh,
right?
wow.
Right. So, or maybe to their age or whatever. And it's I think it's like a family pot of money, which is like amazing for emergencies, right? And so my friend, sweet that goddess, who does a Zoom now during our showtime, um, she was just telling me she's trying to start that tradition with her family, and I'm like, that's something I'd love to actually do. But when I tried
Mm.
it, they started arguing about the dumbest shit in the group chat to where it just got crazy. So it's like, how do you change when the people around you don't want to change? You just gotta accept it.
You got to accept who it is, and you have to make that because guess what? Like we're saying with the topic, the trauma that we have in our families is generational. It is generational, and we got to be the ones to say, "Up, it's stopping at us."
Right.
That is straight has to stop at us. So not everybody is on board on having family Zooms. Oh, I don't know how to use the computer. I don't have Zoom. Da 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 da. I don't have. But you have a whole smartphone. What are you talking about? You don't know. We just download the app and it's free and you can get on. But it's what people really want to do. And I really
Yo,
feel
my
like,
family had the
and I'm saying this
same.
as parent. I'm going to say this as a parent. We I have not listened to certain things that my daughter has had said that was causing her to be like, nah, I'm not having that. We as parents need to start taking responsibility for things that we've put our children through and allowing them to express themselves and letting us know what they have done. It could be any, because it goes into trauma. It could be where you yelling and screaming at them on a consistent basis, where you moved around and they've lost friends, they've lost education, they lost so many things. Those are traumatic situations for children, and we don't realize that as parents because we always think we're right. Nobody can't tell us nothing. These are our kids, and da 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 da. And sometimes that's not always right. I had an actual conversation with someone that said they were not going to have any children until they fixed the relationship with their parent because they did not want to bring in children into a dysfunctional family because of things that happened to them when they were younger. You know how
Well, did they
powerful
ever have
that is?
kids? Huh?
No, they still don't have any kids yet. They're not, they in their 20s. They're mid
Oh, okay.
20s. They're in their mid 20s. But it's like, no, I'm not having any children until I fix and heal the situation that has happened with the parent. And honestly, when you look at it, that makes sense.
That's true.
That makes a lot of sense. Like, why would I want to bring somebody in this world if I'm arguing or don't have a strong relationship with my mother, my father, my siblings? We'll be like, oh, it doesn't make a difference. It's you and your children. No, because that's that child's grandparents. That's that child's aunt and uncle. What's the matter? Why are you laughing?
I thought about something, but I cannot share the story. I promise you. It is funny though, but I can't. It's like super private.
Oh.
And it's the reason why I think it's the reason why my dad is the way he is. But if I say it, I'm gonna have cousins on here that's disrespectful because my grandmother's passed. So I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna be disrespectful. I'm not. But I wish I could say it. I wish so hard that I
Listen,
could say it. But I know my cousin would probably kill me if I say that on here because my
Mhm.
mouth is reckless. So I'm not gonna say that. I can't be as open. It is, this is a real conversation, but I gotta keep some stuff in the
In the background.
stuff.
No,
Right.
I get it. But that's one of those things. It's like,
But
when are
the
we
thing
gonna
I was
heal
gonna
from
say, I
those
can
things?
say this is that my dad used to date a lot of women, and he's married to one now. She was already in the running, so it was like all these women, and my dad, like he had told me like, oh, I'm about to take you on this ski trip, right? So I'm like, yeah, like this is not the grandmother story, but he's like, yeah, come on a ski trip, whatever. I'm like mad excited, like, yeah, about to go skiing with my dad, right? I get there, and then I realized, because I was smart, I realized what I am. And what I am, is that called a wingman? Because what he
He was a
did was
wingman.
he had all his women on a ski trip, and when they would come to the door, he'd be like, "You can't stay in the room with me, my daughter here." So I never was skiing with him. He was with all these other women. I don't think I was like playing Pac-Man and like the freaking like the lobby or whatever. Like, this shit is so boring. Like I cannot wait to get out of here. But I was like, why does he want me to go? I was like, I'm going on a ski trip. But he was just like a player. My dad is like super tall, little curly hair, then he pull it back into the ponytail. You can't tell him nothing. And all these girls be on him, they be on him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
They be on
And I
him.
guarantee you, he never
And he
thought
would use
about what
he's
type of
used my
effect that
cousin.
have on you.
He's used my cousin as a wingman too. And was like rapping to some girl in the store. And my cousin like, yo, I'm like right here. Like, we know you're fucking right. Like, she
No,
comes
no,
out
let
the
me tell you
room like,
something though. I'm laughing
what
at
the
that
fuck am
because
I supposed to do?
my brothers used to use my daughter to pick up girls. When my daughter was one, she was one. She was about one, maybe turning one. And I worked in the mall, and they would take her with them to the mall because she was walking and everything. She was about not even, she wasn't even one yet. And they would dress her up in her jeans, her sneakers. Of course, they wouldn't do her hair. And she had a head full of hair. They would put a hat on her, put her in the car, or they would take the bus. I can't even remember because it was so long ago.
Okay.
And they would pick up females.
But
Her godfather
how
has
does
done
this
that
help the
too.
case of, I don't understand. How does this help the case of getting a woman?
Because it's one of those, woman sees you with a little kid, and even though the little kid may not be yours, it'd be like, oh, she's
Did
so
you watch our baby
cute,
mama
and
episode?
da da
Cause
da da.
who's picking up somebody with a baby? And no less a kid, like a 1-year old? Like nobody's doing that.
No, I
I
don't know if
mean,
they would say that was
what
their
kind of
daughter.
women?
I don't think that they would say that was their daughter. They would more or less be like that was like their niece, and they had her,
Oh,
and they
okay,
were
niece. Okay, you got me.
babysitting.
Cause I
Yeah,
was like, I'm like,
they didn't use her. They didn't use her and say like, "This is my daughter." It would
what?
be,
Okay.
she was this cute little baby, and they had her, and they would be walking in the mall, and they'd be like, "Yeah, we got like 5 numbers." Because she said hi to the girls, and the girls was like,
Oh, okay.
"Oh, she's so
Okay.
cute." And da,
That's
da, da,
cute.
da.
That's not a crime. That's not a crime.
But this is like 24 years ago. She's gonna be
Okay.
25.
Oh wow. But that's not a crime, really, Juice. That's not. I don't really think that's not bad. When you are using, to me, like your daughter as a wingman, and I'm watching all these women, and I'm just like, okay, they like, where's Michael? He ain't here. He back there sleeping. He in the room in the shop. I don't know. Like, why you asking me? Like, why am I the wingman? And
Okay,
then they
so
was
let me ask you
all
a
nice to
question.
me. One thing I liked is they was all fucking nice to me. So I got that shit
That's
going.
good.
So
That's good.
they was all nice to me.
So let me
It's
ask you
one
a
I
question. Do
really
you
liked
think
was
that caused
Sherilyn.
you? Do you think that caused you any trauma when you think about
With
it?
all the girls. Yeah, niggas ain't shit. I gotta stop saying that on here, cause that gotta be blooped out. Nah, I just don't trust him.
It's too
I
late.
just know how slick he is. Like he's just mad slick, so he always going to G you and make you think it's something that it's not. He was in the supermarket telling the girl like, "You so fine. Like I'ma just make a playlist and of all the songs I think about when I see you." Who fucking says that? You are a creep. You are a creep. You're a creep. And I love my dad because he's mad funny. But like he sends me pictures of girls' booties. I'm like, I'm not your homeboy. I'm your daughter. We are not out here getting bitches together. What do you like?
I kind of like want to go back to that because that's how we started
like,
off with the topic.
Some of this shit just crossed the line. I'm like, this is inappropriate. And my dad has never did anything to me inappropriate. Let me put that out there. One thing my dad and our relationship is fucking pure comedy. But I'm not your homeboy. Like, why are you sending me this? Why? What's wrong with you? That's not how you treat a daughter.
In his mind, it may be just, I want to go back to something real quick. You said that because of the trauma that you had, you decided at one point that you was a lesbian. How did you feel about that? Did you feel like because of the things that happened to you, that was the best route to go? I know we done took it all the way back.
I thought I was a lesbian. The reason why I thought I was lesbian is because first I had the sexual trauma. Then at the same time, ironically, I had freaking those tumors. So it was painful. So I'm like, everybody keeps saying sex feel good, but this don't feel good. So I must be a lesbian. I'm gonna do process of elimination. So I must like girls. Like I'm a lesbian. And you want instantly. My mother was going hard. She's like, you are not a lesbian. I said, you gonna tell me who I am? You can't tell me who I am. I'm a lesbian. So, like I really thought that. And then when they removed it, I was like, oh, this is how we're supposed to feel. I think this is what people are talking about.
I'm laughing because I had fibroids also, and one of my fibroids was the size of a 3-month pregnancy. So So not only was it painful, but also my belly used to stick out like I looked like I was pregnant because of the way it formed. And that was only one of my fibroids. So yeah, I could see that. I can understand. I would probably be the one that way too. Be like, nah, this hurts. I don't want to do this.
No, after that, I didn't want to stop. I was just like, oh, this is great. This is great. Like this is lit.
Oh, I like this. I like this now. I like it now.
Now I can't even look at a girl. They be like, you cute. I'm like, no, get the hell out of here.
It was a short phase. It wasn't a short phase.
I had a few girlfriends. I think I knew you.
Well, a short phase. Like, in how many years? How many years?
I don't know, but they was crazy. Girls is crazy. You can't date girls. Girls is the worst people to date, and they are liars. They are cheaters, and they are liars, and they think they are smarter than you. But no, I am also a female. Give me your fucking phone. Like, stop, before I smack you. Like, and then they just, I could never date a female ever again in my entire life. Ever.
Never. I have to laugh at you because it's so funny. Because you really are very serious right now. You like, no.
No, but during that time, you couldn't tell me that I wasn't, you like, if you said something, I was about to give you a whole speech. I was about to listen. But, we all need love and affection, right?
Everybody need love and affection. Now I want to play that song, Love and Affection. Everybody need love and affection. That's what happens. Look, whatever you do and you see it's your birthday. We on the show and everything.
But you see, let me tell y'all, all right? I stay committed, right? I came on the show. I was a few minutes late. I couldn't get my hair right. You know what I'm saying? My shirt is a little wrinkled. You know what I mean? The light is a little dim, but I'm here. Grinding.
My light is dim too. My light is dim too. I'm gonna
Grinding.
turn it off
And I really
so I
want to
can be.
let Dev know that. So I know he is listening. And I'm gonna say that even though I was 3 minutes late, please do not bring that up in the meeting. And there will be no meeting after this show because I just got to Atlantic City and I want to have fun. Okay, so it won't be any meeting.
That's fine. We don't. But why are you telling everybody we have meetings after the show now?
We say that every show. We say that every
We
show,
do.
especially when we start
We
arguing
do.
on the show.
We do.
But right, so let's. Oh, is it time to plug? Because I don't have I'm not inside of the thing, so I can't see the timer.
It is 6:53. Where's the timer at on here?
It should be on the top. You should see the timer of the show.
I don't see nothing.
Girl.
I don't see nothing. But it's 6:54. It probably is. Oh, we have 46 minutes.
What? Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I'm telling you, with it being your birthday, I don't feel like it's
all right. So I'm
short than anybody.
I'm going to take it, and I want all my props for being here on my motherfucking birthday, bitches.
Hey,
we gotta bleep out everything.
So we never said the name of the show. You never talked about who you are.
I introduced the show. I said, "Welcome to True Thought Explosion," but I just didn't say where conversation meets reality with your girl Lyric, Outscat, and Miss Nose Things, aka you know I call her Juicy Juice. If y'all don't know it, Noni Juice is healthy, right? It's a real juice. And so that's why I call her.
And it's a plant too. If you go into the Caribbean, it is actually a noni
which
plant.
They make the juice, the noni juice. That's what
that they make the juice.
Right. So this girl is good for you. Her mama named the noni. Her mama knew what she meant. Like I said, this is your girl Lyric. This is Juice, aka Miss Nose Things. This is True Thought Explosion. Hit me up at fixyourlip.com. Buy some lip gloss. I know your lips is chapped. I know you need some lip gloss. It's summertime. You're trying to get that, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get a little tension on you, whatever. I send you a little kick. Get your lips together. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to kiss nobody with no dry ass lips.
Not at all.
What you got for them?
Got my book. Wait, where's the camera? Sis, do you know how sexual you are? On sale. $25 with shipping. It will be autographed and sent to you. I mail it out. Once I mail it out, I have your tracking number. But it's up to USPS when you get it. The sad part about it.
I didn't get an autograph copy, but I got my copy, but I didn't get an autograph copy. You see what I'm saying?
It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon. Buy it from me because it's autographed, and I get more of the proceeds from it. So, I am going to look into doing like a whole book. Don't you
sell something else? Don't you sell other things that you aren't?
Oh, yeah, I do. I'm also a Bedroom Candy independent consultant, so the book, Bedroom Candy, sexuality coach, all combined in one. I can get your life right, your coochie, and all of that. Plus, I can even organize your space. I'm saying, with all of that.
All right, so hit us up at truethoughtexplosion@gmail.com if you have any ideas or topics that you want us to discuss. And I'm not closing this show because I have no control. Right.
Oh, well, catch True Thought Explosion on Wednesday at 9 p.m. with Lyric and Dev the Dynamic Wonder. And with that, we out.
Peace.